Connect and thrive. How to propel your business with strategic networking. Is anybody brand new to networking, like you've never done business networking before? Shay, you haven't either? Okay, yay! Well, even though you're new, everyone else here I think will learn some things today with what I'm going to be talking about. Because I believe that business networking is not just for a home-based type business. It is for looking for a job or making connections or finding girlfriends to hang out with, right? I believe business networking is very vital to just us as human beings, as women, because women tend to be a little bit more social, right? And, you know, sorry if you don't mind, touchy-feely, that kind of thing. So business networking is important for so many different things. So today I'm going to talk about why business networking, where to network. I'm going to have a list for all of you that are here today, how to network effectively, and your follow-up after networking. And then we're going to talk about a couple of don'ts to do in networking. I'm one of those where there's a few no-nos, okay? So networking, I hope you all don't mind. I'm not perfect when I do speaking. I do like to read my notes. I'm going to do a little Lorraine accent today too. I love your accent. So networking is all about these 4 points, in my opinion. Visibility, right? You're all here today. Your brand awareness. What is your brand? It's not your company, okay? It's not Mary Kay, it's not Dream Vacations, it's not jewelry, it's you. You are your brand, okay? Lead generation, we all want leads in business, right? Whether it's finding a new job, making new girlfriends, whatever, we all need leads, right? And then just new connections in general, okay? Yeah, feel free. Thank you, Shay, for bringing those, the little notebooks, how perfect. If anybody needs pens, we have some Wink pens over here on the table, so thank you for that. All right, so why business networking is important? Well, number one, you're going to meet new people and you're going to build a support system, right? When I launched Wink in April of 2010, I already knew some women in business, and I launched with a core group of about 5 women. I took them out to dinner before I launched Wink, and I kind of wined and dined them, so to speak, and I said, hey, would you ladies be interested in helping me launch Wink as an actual company, not just a little meetup kind of group? All of them said yes, okay? Thus started Wink, and since that time, I know thousands of women in business, and I love that. You name it, whatever you need, I probably have a contact for them. We were talking commercial real estate, right? I probably have a contact for that. Job, depending on your area, I probably have a contact for that, okay? So that's why business networking to me is so important, is you're always wanting to build your leads, your lists, the people that you know. And some of them may never do business with you, but some of them may become your best friend. You may go through some hard times, right? Some of you here at this table know my story from 3 years ago and going through almost a divorce and like rock bottom of my life. And here I am 3 years later. My marriage is stronger than ever, paid off debt, own 2 properties now. Life has completely changed for me. And it's because I knew people and I networked, and these women became my friends, okay? Another reason why business networking is important is to increase your visibility. It increases your visibility faster. We talk about that know, like, and trust factor, right? How important that is. And when you're out networking and people can see you more often, that builds that much faster, as opposed to just being online, or hiding behind the computer. I talk about this, especially if somebody's an introvert. Even if you're an introvert, you can still get yourself out there and meet people and grow your business, okay? But you have to be talking, whether it's in person, through video, or even just chatting online, okay? So get yourself out there. Don't hide, because if we don't know what you do in business, then how can we do business with you ourselves, or how can we refer business to you, right? I mean, there was one of our gals, she's a member of ours, and I mistakenly thought she was a yoga instructor. She's not, she's a Pilates instructor. So I'm like, okay, girl, come on, you gotta get yourself out there more. Talk about yourself, because I mistook what she did. Well, now she's out there and she's doing things more. She's actually gonna be our help with our online group. So we've got a lot of positions that are, we'll talk about that in a minute, that I'm gonna have you guys be helping out with. The other reason for networking is it helps build your self-confidence. How many of you that have been in networking for a while will say that networking has built your self-confidence? Yeah, it did for me. Let me just tell you, I do not like public speaking. I don't like it. I shouldn't say that out loud, but I don't like it. Because if this room were full, if there were hundreds of people, my voice would be shaking, my knees would be knocking, I'd be so nervous. You know, even though I have a message to share and I know I'm supposed to be here and be doing this, I still get nervous, okay? But it has built my confidence aside from that. Even though I get nervous, I'm a lot more confident. I can walk into a room not knowing anybody and make friends like that. I've been that way since I was little, you know. I remember going to Sunday school one time when we moved from California to Kansas, and I met a new little boy there, shocker. He was super shy. We're still best friends to this day. And he was sitting over in the corner in our Sunday school class, not wanting to talk to anybody or get to know anybody. And I went over and sat down next to him and I said, "Hi, my name is Gina. You want to be friends?" And he told me the story at our class reunion 5 years ago and how much that meant to him. So you never ever know, just by going up and meeting someone and welcoming them into your world, how much that could mean to them. I mean, you could be extending literally a lifeline to somebody, okay? So don't be shy to do that. I'm gonna try and move a little faster because I have a lot of stories, which, by the way, if you do public speaking, stories sell. So have stories when you do your public speaking, okay? That's just a little tip. I know Jenny can talk about this as well. All right, the other reason why business networking is important is you have the opportunity to collaborate with other business people, right? I know some of you in this group are gonna be doing some collaborative events coming up. You know, why not go do an event of your own? Collaborate with somebody else, right? You know, I know Yvette's done some things with other women in business. You know, connect with people. You know, if Francie does mortgages, somebody else does real estate. You know, collaborate and do some events together, okay? Tap into each other's business network and their audience and connect them with the people that you know. And then you can cross-promote each other on social media. This is another big one, ladies. If you're connected with somebody and you like what they do in business, you believe in it, maybe you're a customer of theirs, share it with your audience, okay? As you know, with the algorithms, with everything nowadays, it's harder to find stuff online. Share what they do, okay? It's a super easy thing to do. Lorraine and then Tracy, who's not here today, they both shared today's event on social media. Super easy little thing, click and share, right? Click and share, okay? All right, and then also, you can learn and grow both personally and professionally, right? I'm a big believer in when I show up at an event, I'm not there just to network, I'm there to learn. You will almost always see me taking notes. I'm a lifelong learner. I believe that we can learn something new all the time if we're open to that, if we're willing to learn, right? You know, that we're not so stuck in our, oh no, I know it all. No, you don't. There's somebody older, wiser, been through more, whatever it is, okay? So be willing to learn and grow personally and professionally. Networking is important because you get speaking opportunities. You get opportunities to speak, get you more visibility. You can do speaking now online more than ever. You don't even have to have your audience right here in front of you. Why not do speaking online? As Wink continues to grow, we're gonna have online virtual networking where our members are gonna get the chance to speak. Well, guess what? If you can do business outside of San Diego, then you get to tap into that audience by doing a speaking opportunity, right? So next week, I'm gonna be talking on the 7-day Master Your Money Challenge. Francie's gonna be on that. You like how I roped you in? You're gonna, but as far as speaking, Francie's gonna be talking about her debt-free story, right? And then I'm gonna probably have a financial planner and some other, I may talk to you, Yvette, as well. So anyways, look for speaking opportunities. And then last but not least on this one is you have the opportunity to find a job or employment through networking. I mean, as long as Wink has been around, we've had a lot of women that have come to Wink events that have found jobs through other people, whether it's me or somebody else. So networking is not just about the here and now. There's so much more to it, okay? All right, now how about let's talk about where to network. Anybody have any ideas? Where do you network at? Right here. Nah, there's other places. How about online? We'll talk about online first. You can do Facebook groups. If you're in Facebook groups, be active. Talk to people. Don't just be Don't just, what we call it, post and ghost, right? Where you post something real quick and then nobody ever hears from you. You can, as a member in our group, you get to post once a day if you're a member. If you're not a member, you have to post in the thread. So we have perks by doing that. Also, there's going to be video opportunities. Some of you have already gotten that. We'll be posting your videos online on our YouTube page. So networking online, you can do Facebook groups. LinkedIn groups are another good one. Twitter, or it's now called X, Twitter. I will tell you, I used to teach and train on this. I can find you clients on Twitter. I used to do it. That was actually one of my favorite ways to find clients was on Twitter. Now, and again, now it's called X. Twitter, it's changed so much. I don't do it anymore, but I used to teach this, how simple and easy it is to find clients if you're looking for them. Also Instagram. How many of you bought something or connected with somebody in business on Instagram? That's one of my favorite ones to do, is Instagram. I have bought stuff. I actually have a girlfriend that lives in Kansas City. She owns a little boutique. Whenever she posts cute little outfits, I'm like, okay, I'll take that in this size. Can you send it to me? 2 more on where to network online. Webinars. Do any of you get online and do webinars? Or you attend webinars? Okay, sometimes you get the opportunity. I was on one the other day, and there was this boy that was on there that was about your age, Valentina. He was about your age, and he was looking to get himself out there. And so everyone else on there was adult women, right? And the lady who was doing the webinar gave him the opportunity to speak. He's growing his YouTube page. Well, guess how many people went and followed his YouTube page? We all did. So if you get the chance to speak on a webinar, or drop your link in there if they let you do that, right? You're gonna meet more people that you would never have met before, okay? And then one more is meetup groups. You can find meetup groups. A lot of people here found us on Meetup, you know? Meetup is it's like another search engine. It's like Google. So a meetup group is another way to find online networking opportunities. That looks amazing. This is hard to talk and not eat because it looks all so good. Okay, now let's talk about in-person opportunities for networking. Local chambers. If you're not a member of your local chamber, that's a really good one to network and get to know people. And it's not that expensive to be a member of your local chamber, okay? There's multiple chambers in San Diego County. You can join more. You don't necessarily have to be in that area. You could, do La Mesa, you could do North County, you could do, Central San Diego. Other opportunities to network are in-person networking events like this one. And for those of you that are here today, I'm going to give you a list of several that are either in San Diego or that I know of that you can connect with people online. Okay. How about conferences or retreats? Anybody go to conferences or retreats of any kind? Yeah, that is a great way. I've met a lot of people at conferences. You got thousands of other women. Last year, actually again this year, my girls and I are going to a women's retreat at the church that my oldest daughter attends. I meet women there all the time. I'm always networking, no matter where I'm at. I'm in the grocery store line, I'm networking. I'm at church, I'm networking. I'm at the beach, maybe not so much at the beach. Okay, job fairs. That's another great place to meet people. Or here in San Diego we have, well, it's now the Del Mar Fair, but the San Diego Fair. Well, it was Del Mar Fair, San Diego Fair. Another one is charity or volunteer opportunities. This is actually one of my favorite ones because, like for Lorraine, as we continue to grow, Lorraine's front and center right here. She's volunteering as to do event registration. Who's the face? Right here. She gets a chance to meet people right away and connect with them right away, okay? If she were just attending the event, like some of the other gals here, she wouldn't get that opportunity to make that connection right away and potentially do business with them. So look for opportunities that you can volunteer your time, whether it's a charitable event, a business networking event, or somewhere else, your kids' school. When my kids were little and in elementary school, I was on the PTA. Did I want to? I did want to because I wanted to meet people, and we were new at the school. I ended up being secretary, which is, but I met a lot of people. I got in good with the principal of the school. I got in good with other parents that were on the PTA. If I needed something for my kids, I got it, okay? All right, last but not least on this one is high school or college reunions. I just went to mine this year. It was my 30-something reunion. A lot of classmates there. And we talk business, right? One of the things I talked about this time was real estate investing. I was talking with some people about that. So don't think that there's no other opportunities than just in-person networking. There's so many opportunities to get yourself and your business out there, okay? A couple of online forums that you can check to find events. Obviously, you all know of Meetup already because some of you are here because of Meetup. Eventbrite is another one. There's another online forum called allevents.in. They post things, networking events, business fairs, all kinds of stuff all the time, okay? You can also search on Google, of course. All right, let me check my time. Ooh, 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna go fast. We're gonna go fast, faster than normal. All right, how to network effectively. Now, there are certain things that you can do to make your network, I don't necessarily want to say faster, but just more effective. And you know, the opportunity, if you're in a room full of people, you're not going to be able to meet hundreds or thousands of people, right? But you can meet key people that can take your business or you to the next level, okay? So before you go to a networking event, here's what I like to do. I like to scope people out. Who's going to be there? Who do I want to connect with? Do I need a lawyer? All right, I want to meet her if she's there, right? Do I want to travel? I want to meet her if she's there, okay? So I'm checking out ahead of time. If it's possible, sometimes you can't see the registration of who's going to be there, but if it's possible, check it out. Pick 2 to 3 key people that you want to meet at that event. And this is one of my favorite things to do. And I did this several years ago at a networking event. There was probably about 100 people there. And there was a man that showed up. It was a mixed networking event. And there was a man that showed up and he was looking for a job. He was a corporate guy, but he was like this, right? And I thought, gosh, why are you even at a networking event if you're not opening yourself up to, right? This is another thing that's important, ladies. Don't close yourself off. Be open, okay? So anyways, I walked up to him and I said, asked his name, why he was there. Well, I wasn't going to come. I don't even know why I'm here. I just, somebody said I should check it out. I said, okay, well, what do you do? And, he's kind of begrudgingly telling me what he did, or what he did and what he was looking for. And I said, okay, do you have a card? Yeah. He gave me a business card. I take his business card. I flip it over to the back. And I said, well, what are you looking for? What can I help you with? He was looking to get connected because he wanted to get another corporate job. All right, I'm making notes on the back of the card. His name, what he's looking for, who I can connect him with. And I said, okay, well, if I come across anybody, I'll make sure and I'll, connect you with them. And he looked at me kind of surprised and said, you do that? I said, yeah, that's what networking is about. Of course I would do that. His disposition completely changed. He settled in. And guess what? He continued going to those networking events. That was not my company, it was somebody else's. I know the people that own it. He continued to going to those networking events and became a member over and over and over again. Now I'm going to take credit for that. It probably wasn't me, but I'm going to take credit for that maybe because of the fact that I did that and I helped break down those walls, he was willing to become a member and be a part of this organization. So this is a really, really easy, fun, key thing to do. When you meet somebody, grab their card, make notes on the back, and just let them know, hey, if I can connect you with somebody, I will, and do it. Okay, this will take your business, your credibility is just gonna go through the roof right away, okay? That's one of my favorite things to do. All right, real quickly, I'm just gonna run through these. Show up early, stay late, okay? Show up early, stay late. If you walk in late, unless there's a reason for it, sometimes people look at that as not a great thing. But I am a big advocate of staying late, what we call the meeting after the meeting, right? That's a lot of times where the business happens. So if you can do it, stay a little bit longer and network with people after. We already talked about this one. Share the event to your audience via social media or your email list. Be a connector. This is another one I love to do. If you're nervous about networking, take a friend with you. And if you've been to that event before, be a connector, okay? So like Lorraine's been to Wink before, right? Lorraine is gonna take Lupita and Lynn and she's gonna connect them to other people. Now what does that do for Lorraine's credibility? It's already raised it in other people's minds, right? Because Lorraine knows people, so I wanna know Lorraine. Okay, so being a connector is another important one. All right, real quick on how to prepare to network. Have business cards or flyers, some way for people to find you, okay? There's been numerous times for me where I've wanted to do business with people and they didn't have a business card and I only remembered their first name. How am I gonna find them? And they never returned. Yes?
Do you have suggestions for someone like me who is between jobs? How do you feel about networking cards? Just networking cards.
You know what?
A card.
Yes, just do a generic card. There's been...
This is my jam.
Yep. There's been numerous people I've met that are looking for a job. Name, phone number, email. Okay? Give it to them and let them write on the back, because we remember it, we retain it more, right? Let them write on the back, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is who I would like to be connected with. If you know of anybody, get a hold of me. But there's been numerous people I've met that they don't have an actual business, but they have a business card. Okay, and that's actually what these are. You can print them on your printer if you want to. Okay?
I've done that in the past. May I just, I'm sorry.
You know, let's wait till the end just because, but I will let you talk, Sherry. So hold that thought. All right, another thing to bring to networking events is if you have samples, right? Bring samples of your products so people can try it. People like to try before they buy, right? So let people try your product out. And then make sure you have some sort of a calendar, some way that you can connect with people. If you want to do a meeting with them later, have a coffee date, a wine night, whatever. Have a calendar, whether it's your phone or something else, and have a calendar with you to write that down. Okay, I'm going to move on because we're running short on time. All right, follow up after networking. How do you follow up after networking? How many of you actually follow up after you meet somebody? Be honest. You don't. Okay.
I got to work on it.
So the business is going to come in the follow-up. People talk about fortune is in the follow-up, right? And statistics say it can take anywhere from 7 to 11 or 13, depending on who you talk to, touches in business before someone would do business with you, especially if it's a higher ticket item like buying a house, right? Or maybe doing a vacation. You know, sometimes it might take a little bit longer to get that sale. But if you're not staying front and center with them, like we have 2 travel ladies here, right? If Lorraine doesn't stay front and center with me, but Lupita starts coming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna do an anniversary cruise with my kids. I just decided right now I'm gonna do it. Can you help me? Lorraine wasn't around. I never saw her again. And that, I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me in business where I've met people and I've wanted to buy their product or service and I can't find them. They're nowhere to be found. So stay in front of people, okay? Follow up with a connection that you made today within 24 to 48 hours. Ask them and write it down. What is your preferred way of follow-up? Do you like phone call, text, email? How can I follow up with you? And do it that way, okay? I'm not an advocate if I didn't tell you to text me or I didn't say, hey, give me a call or let's text. If we haven't talked about that, I, number 1, probably won't reply to your text, and number 2, I won't answer your phone call, okay? If I don't have it in my calendar. So make sure you know what their preferred method is of contact, okay? If you have their email, I love to send an email afterwards and say, hey, it was great connecting with you. Nice meeting you today. I loved learning about you and your business. And if I can connect you right then and there in the email, I'll do it. If I can't, I hope to connect with you again later. Just a short, nice little email. Nice to meet you, okay? Connect with them on social media. That's another thing to do in your follow-up. We talked about this, but meet for coffee, glass of wine, go for a walk. I've done business walks with people. I had one gal years ago, she's like, hey, how about we just go for a walk and talk business? I said, sure, let's do it. So we did. We went and walked for about an hour during our lunchtime. Offer to connect them to other businesses, other people. You know, again, you're going to find out about them, right? What is their need? What is their need? And connect them to those people. And then last but not least, if it feels right, ask for referrals. If it feels right. I'm not a big like spammer, like, oh my gosh, Chris, hey, how many people can you bring to Wink? I want a lot of members. We want to grow this. You ready to join right now, right here? I mean, icky, right? It's kind of like the creepy guy in the room that just like, hey, honey, you know. Have you ever had that where you're, get off me. So don't be creepy in your networking. But if it feels right in the moment, ask them, hey, who do you know? Can you connect me with in business? And do it right then and there. Don't wait. Why wait, right? But if it doesn't feel right, then you may have to kind of nurture that relationship a little bit longer before the business will happen. Okay, now we're going to get into really quickly some networking don'ts. Don't.
Yeah, I'm ready for those.
Don't. There's only a few. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. Do not put people on your email list if they didn't ask. How many has that happened to you? All the time for me. That is why I don't like giving out my email address, because even though that's my preferred way of contact, to be honest with you, is email. I get added all the time to people's email lists, and I never opted in for anything. I don't even know the person, I don't know the business. I'm like, how did they get my contact information? Unsubscribe, delete, okay? So don't add them unless they've asked you or opted in, okay? Don't text or private message people unless they've agreed that that is their preferred manner of communication, okay? I get people that will randomly text me, they had my number, and they want to talk business right now. I'm sorry, I'm not accessible 24/7. And I'm definitely not accessible on the weekends. There are a few people I am, but on the weekends, that's my family time, okay? So make sure that you know how they want to communicate. Some of you wink ladies, you know that I will message you back. But other people, you know, I'll get a text or a phone call. I'm like, how? What? You can wait. Okay, don't spam people with your products or services. I won't mention names, but there was a gal I met years ago that, I mean, from the moment I met her, it was all about her products, blah, 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 blah. You couldn't get a word in edgewise with her. I had no interest in buying what she was selling, but she was pushing. And a lot of people complained about it. Like, that's how she chooses to do business. That's not the way I do business. For some people, I guess that is successful, but that's not how I choose to do business, okay? Get to know them first, and then do business, okay? And then last one here, and I believe, you can call it karma, you can call it the law of sowing and reaping, whatever you want to call it. I believe what you put out comes back, okay? Don't trash talk people in their businesses behind their back. I have seen and heard that as long as I've been in business numerous times, people talk behind my back. Fine. Usually it's just that they're jealous, right? They want what you have, whatever it may be, but don't do it. If you have, and as I was taught as a child growing up, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? There's plenty of other people out there in the world that you can do business with. You may not like how they do business. You may not like how they dress. You may not like their family, you know, whatever it is. Don't trash talk them, okay? You don't need to do that. Don't waste your energy on that, okay? All right, that is it. I'm going to pass around this list. If you would like to get a copy of this list, you can either take a picture of it or I can email it to you, because I'm going to add to this. Just put your name on the back, because I think I've got everybody's emails over here, right? Okay, if you want a copy of this list, obviously Wink is at the top. Is the most wonderful networking organization. But there's other ones on here that are national. Some of them are for men and for women. Some of them are just for women. But if you want a copy of this, again, just take a picture or write your name on there and I'll send you a copy via email, okay?